talking? Whoa. This place... Look, it's another A!
We meet again, traveler. This body is an assistant to the one within, but it is also the guardian of the rules. Should the one within wish to stray from the rules, this body shall stand in her way.
Wait! Paimon knows that
You have wandered the realm in my body, and you appear to have grasped the true essence of eternity. You believe your present self has greater certainty than your former self. Thus, you believe your present self is correct, don't you? But have you really been enlightened with new ideas? By irreversible erosion. I'm here to show you my answer. We are both warriors, and the dialogue we must now have shall be conducted by...
wait!
The discomfort I was experiencing earlier was caused by the Shogun rejecting my continued use of her body. As she indicates, once I started entertaining the idea of change, I became hostile. But inside a realm of consciousness, I exist independently of her. She cannot have... Though she is a puppet, the Shogun has her own consciousness too. When necessary, she appears here to confront me.
Hey, showdown with the Shogun? Never thought we'd...
The rules I set for the Shogun are... No. The Shogun herself is the... I would not try to change her.
Isn't there any other way? Can't you hack it through or something? But they both just want the best...
My form is a symbol of supreme majesty, in which has been vested power over all the realm. It is the cohesive embodiment of all that constitutes... It inherits A's pain. The pain of inevitable loss that comes as she... Every action undertaken is determination. Only rules shall remain constant. Those were my thoughts when I created... Now, they are towering obstacles. You wish to make yourself... I am your past, the everlasting law, the guardian of eternity. And I am she who promised a dream to her subjects. Ride an A! In the end, even the proud and mighty Oni Maiden was cut down and disgraced. Though your blade has been cleansed of the blood and filth, never shall it shine as brightly as it once did. Illusion shattered! Weak. Absurd. Inferior. Shine down! Torn to oblivion! The eye sweeps the lands! Shattered! Insolent! Illusion! Now you shall perish! The Kitsu and Sakura blossoms that once filled the skies fell to the ground as pitch-black rain. As long as the ley lines flow, the relentless erosion of time will never stop.
She's completely recovered?
Eternal verdict is decided. Pathetic. Gone! Ha! Ha!
「
no escape! Transcend all constraints. Now you shall perish! The divine lightning that envelops all of Inazuma will fade silently into the clouds. There shall never be another. Never. For the rest of time. Stillness. There is no escape. Torn to oblivion. This ends now. Weak. Pathetic. Illusion shattered. Absurd. Only emptiness awaits.
Have you finally defeated her?
It appears your martial prowess has not dulled. But how long can your will remain?
How the heck?
She was built to resist erosion. Her will is stronger than any other.
Then, does that mean this is gonna be a never-ending battle?
Maybe. But I have to prove to her that my present will is no product of erosion. The future I shall forge will be a grand undertaking. One that will be resistant to erosion. If I don't do this, this is my duty. No matter how long this battle may last. Months, years, centuries. And no matter how many times we must fight, 500 years ago, humanity proved their strength in battle. Here in the present, they rely on their ambition to challenge wayward practices. It is about time that I learned to trust them. I understand that. I vow to during my absence.
But this means...
Pass on my words.
Looks like we got... Oh, what do we do? She was making sense. And maybe this is the only way to change the Shogun's rules, but still... Right? What if she gets too obsessed with winning, and she forgets why she's there in the first place? It could happen. Yeah, is there any way we can cut down how long she needs to spend in there? Or, you know, help her... Well, whatever. Oh, okay, well, first things first. We gotta find a way back in. Oh, come on, brain juice. Don't feel Paimon now. Oh, you're right. Who knows if...
Try again.
Someone's not in the best... I hope you realize how lucky you are. If it was anyone else, I don't think I'd have the patience to keep greeting them with a smile.
But you're...
That was a figure of speech.
Oh, yeah. Something really big...
Oh, okay, I see. So, Ace decided to palm Inazuma off on the humans, while she goes off on her own to fight a impossibly stubborn. You know as well as I do that she's always been rushed into it, so you seem to be under the impression that I am able to... Aha! You're learning, little... All I know.
Because, right?
Not just because of that. Anyway, we needn't worry. First things first.
Boring!
Now then, I always have my ways. It's just a question of how crap to the outsider. In other words,
So, it's up?
yes, no need to everything is turbulent. This is precisely why...
What?
Suit yourself. Oh, well, if you're quite sure, then of course. Oh, nothing. It just seems extraordinary. By the way, remember to focus constantly on your heart. Only a strong enough will can prevent you from being swallowed by the giant waves of abstract... Well then, the door's open. I'll stay outside and provide what's to... I'm placing my god in your capable hands. For my sake, and for Inazuma's, please. Bring her back.
Miko, you better know what you're doing!
That's enough chat. Remember to focus constantly on your heartfelt wishes when you enter inside. Only if you are strong enough can I deliver you to the right destination.
Huh? You have returned. But how were you able to get back in? And this is a duel to remember. It is as if we have returned to the moment when the laws of eternity were first established. You're over countless battles. Not what had I made all enemies of eternity stand against. For your firm commitment to enforcing the rules, you bring honor to the title of... Now these two return once more to this space. Then, let this be our final duel. The conclusion to that which began. I'm going to be the start of something new. The time our duels took to fight was long enough to witness the rise and fall of nations. The energy they consumed, great enough to vaporize the oceans and turn day into night. And the will they demanded, sufficient to penetrate minds and crush dreams. Yet, you have endured. I will endure forever. Witness the final calamity! Ha! Perish! Inferior! Illusion shattered! Eternity is in my hand! Ha! There is no escape! The will I carry within me will never be eroded nor destroyed! This, I believed you were incapable of transcending the past. But a will that cannot be eroded. You need not worry. I know your power more than anyone else. Yet, and whenever I think of this, I feel something stirring within the blade that I noticed it all. This power is beyond the limits of this blade belong. When I climbed, it was at once a familiar. You have my approval. Your present will is not the product of erosion. From this day forth, I won't design any more rules that can never be changed. You used to represent my past, but Makoto never saw me as a fearless weapon. You truly... I understand. I shall become your shadow, just as you were once Makoto's shadow. The duties I perform will not change. But as a warrior, I look forward to the chance to fight like this again in the... It was simply a new experience for me. One that is worth reliving.
Have you finished fighting then?
Hmm? Hello, A. And greetings, those who have come to bear witness. I am Raiden Makoto, the previous Electro Archon, who failed in my duties and left you all to pick up the pieces. Makoto? I'm so happy. You've come so far. I always knew I left a faint fragment of my will in Muso Ishin, so that in the moment that you unleashed its full power... a convoluted way to reach you, but... well, you helped. There was no time to wait for you to have a change of heart. Please forgive me. All I could do was find some way to wait until you came, but... everything happened so sudden. I should have been the one. Did you know what was about to happen in I had some sense of it. That place was not somewhere that any Archon could... In my present form, I can no longer perceive time. I don't know how long we have been separated before this reunion, but I know that this must have been Don't look down. It was with this possibility. Here, take it. Before my last shred of but it is you who...
The light turned into a seed?
The miracle tree that blesses the people, in this moment new to the world and yet to be known. When to plant it, where it shall bloom. She who brings it into being must let her heart and dreams decide. Grant it life, eh?
Is it really?
Eternity extends time into infinity. Dreams illuminate each moment within. When both shine in unison, the sacred Sakura blooms from the darkness, finally free from the clutches of the heavenly principles. Now the nightmare has dissipated, and reality is made whole. The vision we both yearn for is still further ahead. My only regret is that I cannot witness Inazuma's future, nor can I walk this journey with you. Do you know, A? I am so happy right now, because my final wish has now come true. Your polearm once protected me from countless calamities. For this, I've always felt indebted to you. Though I could never repay you in full, this sacred Sakura will buy you some time until you are ready to awaken and embrace the new. What do you think? Did it do the trick? This time, it really is goodbye, eh?
Goodbye, Makoto.
So the A of the present planted the sacred Sakura in the realm of consciousness, and it took root in the Inazuma of the past. No matter what you make of it, it's quite incredible.
All of this is thanks to Makoto's power. Her understanding of eternity is...
A place where time is Perhaps that is the reason why you were able to return precisely to this point in... And yet, that sense of disorder...
I don't... I know what you mean. Perhaps without the sacred Sakura, Inazuma would likely have been completely swallowed up
I know you've always perceived there was something... You've tried in the past to prove to me that there's a...
No. But I understand why now.
But don't you think that tree looked a lot different than how it does now?
The sacred Sakura is within my purview at the shrine, so obviously I get to prune it exactly how I like it.
Ugh. Now
I'm joking. That tree has been through a lot since it first sprouted. We have the loving care of Kitsune over the ages to thank for how it appears today. And obviously I played my part too. It's fair to say that very little time passed between the moment you came out of that realm and the moment you re-entered it. But in that same time, centuries of battling took place on the inside, did it not? Traveler, if I'm guessing correctly, you were repeating your wishes to yourself in your mind, weren't you? At that time, I could sense A's where. Suffice to say, fortunately, your will was strong enough that the turbulence carried you to the moment in time most likely to be the intersection of all that you were wishing for. The flow of turbulence may well have been influenced by Makoto, but it took everyone's efforts combined to ultimately help A. So this time, it looks like thanks are due to you.
does that mean it wasn't by chance that we ended up at the final duel? We were always meant to be there to witness what was going to happen?
I thought that the flow of time was the same on the inside and the outside, so it was a great shock to me when the traveler reappeared. My first thought was, has a great disaster befallen Inazuma? But it turned out you had come to rescue me. You came for my sake. You too have my thanks.
A, how are you feeling now?
My body has fully recovered, and the Shogun's will no longer fights against me.
Always thrilled to hear you're in good health. But I was really asking about your emotions. Have you managed to calm down? After all, you saw Makoto in there, didn't you?
I only heard her voice. I wouldn't say I saw her. I'll be fine. I have to say, this has reminded me once again just how brilliant Makoto was. She predicted all the ways in which Inazuma's future could unfold, all the way back then. She even factored my immaturity into her plan. It's all thanks to her that Inazuma lived. I just planted a seed.
Yeah, it was thanks to
Thank you.
Today, at long last, you and Inazuma finally emerge from the shadow. Makoto and you are Inazuma's past and future, and both are indispensable.
It's rare to hear such comforting words from...
Oh, come.
Makoto said...
Great minds think alike, hmm? I wonder, does that qualify? Actually, no. Forget that.
But I'm looking
Surely that child isn't fly. Surely that child isn't fly.
May the blossoms of Many challenges still lie ahead for Inazuma, but I am prepared for them.
Yaimiko said nothing of the sort. And the traveler has... Some words are not... Trust me.
What are you talking?
Nothing.
Many challenges still lie ahead for Inazuma. Abolishing this, for example.
Hey, you're...
Many challenges still lie ahead for Makoto's... But now...
If the people of the past deserve the gods' attention...
Indeed. No longer will I ignore their passions and... Many challenges still lie ahead for Inazuma, but I am prepared for them. To put it bluntly, it was constant torture, with no end in sight. Faced with an endless battle, I had to remain focused at all times. Had my concentration lapsed for but a moment, the Shogun's blade would have taken my life. Safe to say, were it not for my previous experiences in combat, my skills would not have been up to the challenge. I would most certainly have been defeated. And through it all, you also had your part to play. Many challenges still lie ahead for Inazuma, but I am prepared for them. Don't worry, I haven't forgotten. I will be sure to remind the 10... It's not only...
That's a tough one.
Since you clearly... Many challenges still lie ahead for Inazuma. Don't worry. It's not only the...
That's a tough one.
Since you clear... Many challenges still lie ahead for To put it bluntly, faced with an endless battle, safe to say. And through it... Many challenges still lie ahead for Inazuma.